Hey guys, today's just a quick video on GPU pricing and understanding the pricing, what to buy, where to buy, and if you should buy. Okay, so that kind of falls in with what to buy. All right, so I see a lot of posts online. Everybody's always complaining about these are not MSRP, scalpers, etc. All right, so let's face facts. Okay, this right here that you see on the screen, these are the NVIDIA Founders Editions, okay? These are what NVIDIA charges as quote-unquote MSRP, all right? So these cards right now, they're like the most impossible cards to get, okay? They're very limited in quantity, and you can only get them at Best Buy. And when Best Buy does the dump, what they do is they make you kind of wait in queue, and then it's allocated by zip code. So even if you were in line at the right time, and then it goes to verify your account, it'll say something like, please wait. And then it'll tell you to, verify inventory, where you are. And if there's not inventory allocated to your zip code, you won't be able to get one, even if you were in line for one. All right. So if you're on Best Buy, pro tip, don't do it signed in. Make sure you're signed out. Okay, so use like incognito and then get in line. And then the first verify, it will ask you to sign in. You sign in, it will immediately look for inventory near you. If it doesn't have inventory near you, you're just screwed. Okay, and no matter what you do not queue for more than one card. That will set off the bot mechanism and then nothing will happen for you. Okay, so that's how you get it from Best Buy. But back to pricing. This is not realistic pricing anymore. If you happen to get an FE card on a Best Buy drop, you're extremely lucky. But we have to understand what these price points mean, okay? So let's take the 3070 Ti, for example. All right, so when NVIDIA sets this MSRP number, no matter what the retailer or whatever sells it for, they get this paid this amount, okay? This is not this amount, but their margins on their gain does not change. So if the card sold for 1,000 from, like, let's say Tiger Direct versus the card sold for $600 at Best Buy, it would make zero difference for them. All right, so they don't gain anything when the price sells higher. Now, when you talk about AIB cards, that's a little different. So I'm just gonna uncheck the NVIDIA box here, and then let's hit refresh. Okay, so they're all sold out. Okay, so let's take the Strix for example. Okay, the Strix right now, 3090 has an MSRP of $2,300. This is the same price on the Asus website. This is the same price across all e-tailers. This is not scalping. This is not the retailer scalping you. This is the AIB MSRP for this product. Now, you can say, why does this 3090 cost $1,500 and this 3090 cost $2,300? It's very simple. When they sell a 3090 build kit to Asus, it may contain the VRAM, it may not. Okay, for high-end models like this, for example, like Kingpins, EVGA can specify specific VRAM. Okay, so that's a huge difference. So they don't sell a complete product to Asus, obviously. So they sell parts. So they sell the die, die package, and then Asus builds the rest of the card. And then Asus can put whatever price they want to put on it. All right, with global shortages, shipping delays, etc., all that. I'm sure you guys watch the news. This price is affected by whatever prices Asus has to deal with in manufacturing and shipping this item. So this card originally launched at $1,800 MSRP from Asus. It is now $2,300, and that's just the MSRP. There's no scalping from any retailer. It's this price at Best Buy. If I were to go Micro Center, which is another popular meme post that people are always putting, what's available on Micro Center. All right, so if I just search RTX 3090, I'm just going to go to highest price. Okay, so you see the white one is $50 more. It's always been like that since it launched. And if we come down, it's $22.29. So there's a difference of $70. But I can tell you this right now. The last time this was in stock at Micro Center, I paid $2,300. Okay, so their prices sometimes fluctuate on the website, but it's $2,300, and that is MSRP. Okay, AIB MSRP is not the same as F Founders Edition MSRP. Do not confuse the two. So yes, a 3070 Ti Founders is like what? 600, right? But if we come here, we look at a 3070 Ti, we have ones that are, oh, let me see if I can find one. RTX 3070. So yeah, oh, by the way, this just shows you all those posts about Micro Center stock. Yes, they're also extremely expensive. So when you see all those Ti cards there, like 3080 Ti, they're there for a reason because they're like almost $2,000 and it's not worth it. So I live in New York City. There are plenty of people with insane disposable income where I live. Okay. And even then they sit on the shelves, sometimes for a day or two, because it's ridiculously overpriced. All right. So if we, oh goodness, let me see. Graphic parts, computer parts. Okay. Let's see if we can find one. All right, so let's come down. 3070 Ti, where are you? Probably have to go to the next page. Alrighty. Okay, still going to the next page. Okay, here we go. Here's a 3070 Ti. It's over $1,000. All right, that's just AIB MSRP. So stop dreaming about these founders MSRPs. They're not happening unless you're extremely lucky. And, you know, that's just the current market. So now that we moved off of the pricing situation, we ask, how do we buy GPUs right now and what should we buy? Number one, do not buy any TI card unless you have to. Okay, unless you're extremely desperate, that's all you can buy. Do not buy any TI card. Reason being is the performance gain is just non-existent. Well, it's so minor. Okay, it's not non-existent. It's just so minor. We're talking like 5% or less, 6%. And the reason these cards exist is because it's just more profit margin. If we look at, hold on, let me see if I can bring up, let's see, RTX 30 series. You know what? Let's just take a look at the 39 Ti, which is upcoming. And we can find, let's see if we can find, I think video cards at a chart, right? Okay. Video cards doesn't have a chart. Okay. All right, so here we go. If you look at the CUDA cores between these TI variants, you know, it's not, this is like almost, it makes no difference. This like makes no difference. I mean, if you know, like these are all the same die, 3080 and up are all the same die. I mean, yes, the CUDA jumped quite a bit, but that CUDA in real life performance is near nil. So now we have, you know, look at the 7070 Ti, you know, this is 300 CUDA. What does that come out to in real life? 2 FPS, 3 FPS, right? As NVIDIA makes these chips, they get better yields. And as the yields get better, they can have higher CUDA core count chips. And instead of still selling, for example, let's just say, you know, I have a chip that came out at 6144 CUDA cores. Instead of selling that at a 3070, you know, let me just sell that as a 3070 Ti. And that's just extra profit margin. Performance is, you know, not really there. So this is why right now you see mostly TI cards. If you look on the Newegg Shuffle, you'll see lots of 3070 Ti, lots of 3080 Ti's. Before we, you know, this is because it makes more money. It's just that simple. And now they come out with something like the 3080 LHR 12 gigabyte. Now, if you pay attention to this card, you'll notice there's no Founders Edition currently, at least that I've seen. But you'll see AIB variants already leaked. And what do they cost? They cost in between the 3080 Ti and the 3080. Okay? And there's almost no reviews or like slow turn. Why? Because it performs the same. These things perform negligibly different. Okay? But now you have something that even fit in between here in terms of pricing. And that's why I said, do not buy a 12 gigabyte 3080 either. If you have 10 gigabytes, you have 2 more gigabytes, it's not going to make a difference. So don't buy any TI card unless you have no choice. Now, most people don't buy 3080 Ti's. I mean, there are people that do, but this is probably the worst card to buy for the money. Like, it is literally the worst card to buy for the money. The 3080 Ti Strix is $22,000 and 2,100 actually closer. I think it might be 2,100 now. And you don't have the resale value because miners don't want it. All right. And on top of that, you know, the performance versus a 3080 is not, you know, it's not groundbreaking. It's like 1 to 2. Okay. In reality, really is not, maybe more than 1 to 2, but it's not something you're really going to notice. So folks that are buying like 3070 Ti's, it's because they have no choice. All right. So now, some of you probably noticed I have a lot of GPUs. So how do I buy my GPUs? Okay. So one, I stopped dreaming about the FE pricing. Okay. Because I accept the fact that that is extremely rare and that's not going to happen. So I don't count on that. Two, I don't go to like if you go to StockX and you know these are people come here and they go, oh my god, they're scalper pricing. To be honest, the AIBs have priced the card so high that the scalpers don't really make money off you anymore. Now I'm gonna give you an example. Let's just say this 3080 Ti Strix right here. Okay, this guy wants. What's up with my internet today? Let me see if I can refresh the page. Oh, oops. Sorry, wrong tab. Okay, so this guy wants, last sale was $2,190. This guy wants $2,300. All right. So if I were to come here and I were to find, let's see if I can find it, 2080 Ti Strix. Oh, oops. Sorry, 3080 Ti Strix. I can't even find it, really? So, alright, this is the stupid game at Microsoft. Micro Center's website sometimes is just really shitty. So if I can find Asus. Alright, so you see that? $19.99. Okay, it's $2,000. I don't know where you live, but where I live, there's sales tax. Okay, so bring up my calculator. Okay, and I take $2,000, right, and I times that by 1.0875, which is the sales tax for New York City. That's $21.75 with tax. Okay. Now this last one at StockX sold for $21.90. Now, mind you, if you sell on StockX, you pay a commission fee to StockX of 12%. All right. So that means he's selling at $21.90. Okay. And you only get 88%. Because you're paying 12% commission. You're getting $1,927. So if this guy bought it with sales tax where I live, you know, at the current MSRP, he'd be losing money. That's what I'm saying. People are not scalping you anymore unless they're FE cards like this. This is a scalp. Okay. So even because this is $1,200 with sales tax, you could still make a little bit of money, but you're not making a lot of money. All right. This is what I'm talking about with the scalping. Stop with the scalping complaints. Nobody is scalping you on AIB cards. They are priced so freaking high that there's no profit margin left for people to scalp you on. Same goes for eBay. eBay charges 12 to 13%. StockX charges 12%. I don't remember off the top of my head. I've never sold anything off StockX, but I know they charge like 12%. Okay, so what can you do? Shop locally. All right, so I'm gonna come here. I go to Craigslist, New York, and look at this guy right here. He's selling a 3070 Ti Master for $1,200. Now, I believe this card is $1,100 or $1,000. Okay, let's find out. If I were to go to Micro Center and I went to Gigabyte, how much is that stupid card? 3070 Ti. Oh, okay. So it's $979. So it's about $1,000. So with tax, I'm looking about, let's say, $1,050. Okay. So this guy is trying to make $100 off me. Okay, right? So instead of standing in line and all that junk, he's trying to make $100 off me. Now, if you're part of Discords that, you know, people sell things, no scalping allowed, you're allowed to have a 10% finder's fee. This is literally a 10% finder's fee or less. Okay. And it's Craigslist. Advertised price is not realistic price sometimes, right? I'm sure if I offered him $1,100, I'd walk out the door. And there you go. You're paying exactly what the guy paid. There's no margin here. Like 3080 Ti for $2,000. What's the margin? It's on the price sticker. There's no scalping. Now, these guys selling the 3080s for $1,900, now that's a scalp. Why is he able to scalp it? Because he can mine on it. So the FE cards, number one, are the lottery cards where you got to be extremely lucky. And number two, they're going to be scalped because they cost low to begin with. And if I come down lower on the range, I can't even find something lower. Okay, 3060 Ti. Now, EVGA is one of the AIBs that has not hiked up their MSRP as much. Okay, but they're not angels either. If you look at their B stock, they sell 2080 Ti's for $1,200. All right, so they're not angels either. This card, I think right now is like 600. I think off the top of my head from EVGA, I think it's 600. Let me take a look. Okay, so we'll just come here at 3060 Ti. Let's see if we can 3060 Ti for the Win 3 EVGA. And I can't type today. Okay. What is it? It's 5 and 9. Okay. So that means with sales tax and shipping, it's like $600 something. Okay. So this guy is trying to make like, what was it? He's trying to make like $200. Okay. So obviously, maybe closer to 300. But you could talk him down. No one's buying this shit for $900. All right. Now, if this was a ASUS one, it would be like $600 plus tax. You know, he's making less. So yes, some of the EVGA cards will be scalped because they also have a lower price. But things like Gigabyte, MSI, ASUS, you know, like this shit right here, you know, this thing is with tax is a little less than that, but no one's gonna pay that. All right, you have room to negotiate. So check locally, Craigslist, offer up, you know, Facebook Marketplace. You know, it doesn't, you got to think of in mind of someone who's trying to scalp you cards, right? Their goal is to make a quick profit. So if they can make some profit off of you, they'll do it, right? If they can't make any profit off you, they're stuck with it. So if they're past 30 days, they're just stuck with it. So they're better off making some money off you, like 10%, than nothing. Is 10% a big deal if you've been waiting for so long? Probably not. All right, if you bought it off someone else and who did it for you as a favor, you buy them, you know, you send them a couple beers, you might be paying like 5%. So it's not exactly a huge deal. Okay. Now coming back to one more thing I'm gonna bring up is bundles. Okay. Now Newegg Shuffle, people are like, oh, Newegg is scalping me, etc., etc. Okay, no, they're not. What Newegg is doing is Newegg is selling AIB bundles because that's what the AIBs are going, hey, take the bundle or take nothing, right? So if we come to a ASUS web shop, you'll see bundles, right? What is this? Bundle for a monitor and a GPU for $1,000. 3060 Ti and a monitor. This is the same bundle that shows up on Newegg. You see what I mean? This is what I'm trying to tell you guys. There's no scalping. The retailers are not scalping you. No major retailer is going to take that PR hit to scalp you like 5-10% on some goddamn GPUs. It's not even worth the negative PR. All right? So you guys think bigger picture. You see, you can buy these bundles. You don't even need to be, you know, like 30. See? It's add to cart. You don't need to play the Newegg Shuffle to buy these bundles. So I don't understand why, you know, people are playing Newegg Shuffle to buy some of these bundles. I mean, they're literally available. And speaking of Newegg Shuffle, do not enter the shuffle if you don't intend to buy the things that show up. Don't then sell it, go, you know, make a post on Facebook and be like, oh yeah, I won the shuffle and let me sell it to you. Why in the freaking world would you go through that hassle? Number one, they have to ship it to you and then you have to ship it to them. Okay, so the buyer now has to pay additional shipping from you that you have to charge. All right, shipping and a graphics card over $1,000 insured, signature required, because you as a seller need to prove that you delivered it to the buyer and that you insured it and you have signature requirement. So otherwise, the buyer can go, I never got it from you, file a claim, and I guarantee you will lose. So there's shipping, cost for 1,000 plus items guaranteed to be $30, $40 minimum. Okay? With Signature Insured, FedEx, UPS. So you have the buyer paying the additional shipping cost on top of whatever you paid. And then you have to go through the hassle. And now this is another thing I'm going to bring up. Starting this year, if you accept $600 or more in payments on Venmo, PayPal, Cash App, etc., all these payment platforms for goods, you will have to fill a 1099. If you don't know what a 1099 is, it's an IRS tax form that gets sent to you saying, hey, you made some additional money. Now, unless you want to pay tax on the sale to someone else for something you don't even own anymore, okay, you're going to need to prove that you took a loss buying it, shipping it, or broke even. So that's additional tax paperwork for you that you don't need. So once again, do not, select things on the shuffle if you don't have to do it. You're literally buying yourself a tax problem. Okay? That's one. And that also brings up another thing about scalping. See these guys on eBay? If I go to eBay, okay, and I look up RTX 3090. See, like look at these prices. I mean, this is what I'm talking about. They're gonna pay a 12% fee on top of that, okay, and then ship it to you, which is gonna be a lot more than 12. And now they're also gonna have to fill an IRS tax form because eBay will send them one since it's over $600. And almost any GPU you're selling that's 30 series is over $600 in 2022, right? So if we go to sold, all right, this guy sold it for $2,700. Okay. So let's just do the math here. Okay, we're not going to count the FEs because I've said it before. The FEs are, they're unicorns to begin with. And if you can get one, you're going to make money, but you're going to pay sales tax. I mean, you're going to pay income tax. So let's say $2,750. Okay, this guy sold it for. He did $15 shipping, which is not going to happen. All right, so we're going to times that by 0.88 right away because eBay takes your 12%. And we have $2,420. Okay, and then he's going to pay another on top of the $15, which is also part of the calculation for eBay fees. Right, eBay actually does fees off shipping too, which is ridiculous. So then he's going to pay another $45 approximately to ship this darn thing. He's going to $2,375. Is he making money off of you really? At the current MSRP of $2,300? He's not. And then on top of that, let's just say he paid the old MSRP of $1,800 with tax. That's still $2,000. So let's just say he made $300. Now he has to pay income tax at his income tax rate on that $300. You know what I'm saying? So this is what I'm saying. Nobody is scalping you anymore for anything worth a damn. So stop blaming scalpers. Just accept the fact that these are the current MSRPs, okay, that we see. Right? These kind of messed up pricing. That's just the current landscape. So if you want to get a card and you're willing to accept this pricing, then it's not difficult. Look locally. Look on Facebook. Look on and this is all, it's person-to-person sale. Everything is negotiable. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. How do I get all my GPUs? I'm willing to pay, not scalper pricing. I'm willing to pay current MSRP pricing. And that's how I can get my GPUs. If you don't want to pay the current MSRP pricing for AIB cards, don't buy them. It's that simple. People are continuously buying these cards at these current prices. That's why they're not going to drop. That's why we have something stupid like a 3090 Ti. All right? Because there's enough demand for it to not drop. Right? So even if there is supply, there will be artificially limited until folks stop paying these prices. If you look at the thumbnail I'm going to use for this video, is going to show a shit ton of cars on a table. Okay? And that's just some of my collection. All right? That comes and goes because, I trade them off and, sometimes I'm going for specific models. And you'll notice I only have one Founders Edition card. Why? Because that was the only one I was able to buy. And I didn't even buy it myself. I bought it off someone else. Reason being, I've never been able to buy one on Best Buy. And I'm there on every single drop. Okay, so speaking of drops, another way to help you buy is if you follow Twitter or Discords. I think Twitter is better because you don't want to get all those Discord notifications on your phone. Twitter, it's easier to filter the notifications. Like this guy right here, Falcon Stock Alerts. You can see he posts like today 3070 Ti tough at B&H. If we come to B&H, it's still add to cart. It's in stock. You see what I'm saying? Like, if you're willing to pay this price, you can get it. Right? And this is the current MSRP of a 3070 Ti tough. It actually might be $80 higher than it should be normally, but that kind of fluctuation is slightly normal. But you see what I'm talking about? This is exact, like, these things are, he posts stuff. Amazon, it's extremely hard to get cards off Amazon because Amazon is being actively botted. Okay, I know people that bought cards, and I've bought a few off of them. Since I know them, they try to not make that much money off. I'm not going to judge what people do. Okay, if you're botting and you're scalping whatever you're reselling, that's your business. That's not my business. I don't care. Right? But you see, so you can follow Twitter handles like this to quickly jump on a purchase. He announces Best Buy drops as well, although like I said, good luck on that. But yeah, so this is another way to get your GPUs. So GPUs, to be honest, like I'm literally looking at it in stock on that B&H, right? Or we're literally looking at it. Yeah, it's literally available right now. You don't even have to try. And I showed you the Asus bundles. They're literally add to cart. You don't even have to try. Why? Because the pricing is so damn high. And if you're willing to accept that pricing, then you can buy a GPU today. And if you're willing to understand what MSRP really means, you're willing to buy it too. And that's pretty much to sum it up in the video. So thanks for watching. Stay safe, guys. In terms of what's coming up, I'm waiting on a lot of EK soon TM stuff from their CES Expo. Once that comes in, the next build will start, and I will go over the new like GPU blocks, the new radiators, all that junk. And I will be doing a white Evo with the new reflection EK distro. So hopefully it comes in on time, but that's a whole nother story. So thanks for watching and take care.